Packers are the only team to score on every opening drive. They get a 39-yarder from Mason Crosby.
You're going inside the huddle with kicker Mason Crosby.
Welcome, welcome, Packers Nation. This is Inside the Huddle. Green Bay 4-1 through 5 games. Good evening. I'm Josh Moser. Packers fans, there's just something about Raymond James Stadium and Aaron Rodgers. The two don't seem to get along. It's like that field is an interception magnet for the future Hall of Fame quarterback that rarely throws INTs. 8 interceptions in 4 career games in Tampa. It is time now to bring in the Packers kicker and the franchise's all-time points leader. That is Mason Crosby. And Mason, Aaron Rodgers saying after the game that the offense never got in rhythm. It was a historic start, most points through 4 games. Rodgers was great, completing more than 70% of his passes coming in. But what went wrong in this one?
Well, yeah, the first 2 drives we were able to get points. Some of that was off schedule and, Aaron making plays, guys making some different plays. So tried to find some rhythm there. And, unfortunately, Aaron, like always, just, plays his game, cuts it loose, goes out there and tries to execute. And, Tampa Bay made a great play on that pick 6, which just for me, watching Aaron for all these years, just shocked. It doesn't happen,
The good news for everybody watching at home is that the Packers are still 4-1. And Mason, the word I feel of the week is respond. What needs to happen ahead of kickoff this Sunday versus the Texans so that your team responds the right way and gets the end result needed?
Yeah, exactly. We just we watched the film today. We watched film on Monday and make sure that we flush it. Once we come back in on Wednesday, we're on to the Houston Texans. And, this one just, it's going to leave a little sour taste in our mouth for one day, but we can't linger on it. We got a lot of football left to play, and we're going to go down to Houston and, take care of business once we get down there.
Packers fans very excited to see that. Let's talk about you for a minute, Mason. 9 for 9 on field goals this year. You continue to be Mr. Automatic. It's $1,000 for every field goal made. That's $9,000 from Sartori Cheese going to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. How do you continue to be so successful now 14 years in?
You just you kind of lean on experience, and it's I've seen a lot. I've played a lot of games, and I feel like it's one of those where I feel like I'm preparing every week at a high level, and I'm able to go out and just cut it loose on game day, and still have a lot of fun. It's I get to play football with some of my best friends, and some great teammates, and there's nothing really better than that. So I enjoy every moment, and really just looking at it as such a blessing to be able to continue my career here in Green Bay and keep putting points on the board. I mean, what kind of career could you ask for, other than to play for the Green Bay Packers for this long?
We're going to go deeper into your career in Green Bay later in the show. The Packers, again, the only team in the NFL this year to put up points on their opening drive in every game. Mason, it's time for our reception of the game. To get us set, we bring in Packers Hall of Famer and Super Bowl champ Antonio Freeman.
It's Green Bay Packer receiving legend, number 86, Antonio Freeman. This is your reception of the game, presented by Cellcom.
Thank you, Free. The Packers facing a 3rd and 7 in the first quarter, up 3-0. It's Rodgers in the tightest of windows to Devontae Adams. Adams' first game back since week 2. This led to the Packers' only touchdown. And Mason, what was Rodgers' mood on the sidelines throughout this game? Few know him better than you.
He obviously, kind of pressing even on those first couple drives, just trying to find a rhythm. You could tell he was grinding between every series, trying to just find something that could, kind of be a key to start moving the ball and, getting some more points on the board. So, Aaron's always diligent. He's always looking for a way to gain advantage and, to execute at a higher level. So whether we're winning or losing, or it's a tight game, tied, he's always going to be looking for what is he going to do in the next series to go out there and execute and perform even better than he did before. So Aaron's always solid. He's always the same, and that's why he's been successful for so long. He doesn't ride the wave of emotion that some guys can at times, and he makes sure that every time he he has an opportunity. He's going to click in and go out there and do it at a high level.
How do you separate that emotion when something goes wrong and put the play behind you, short mindset, if you will, and go out and create the next play?
Yeah, I think as athletes, I mean, in general, everyone needs to kind of have that mindset. But, probably in quarterback, kickers, golfers, everybody has to have, probably in our specialty positions, we have to have that even more so where when that moment, you have one throw, you have one kick, you have one situation that doesn't go well, you reload and you go to the next one, and you have to just continue to stack those. It's just like week to week, every time we go out to practice, every time we play another game, these are 1 week seasons. That's how I view it. I know that's how Aaron views it. You can't look too far ahead. You can't try to build something 5 weeks down the road. We have to start with one piece and build it each day. And every time we get an opportunity on the field, in practice, during the game, we have to execute at a high level and then move on to the next one because that next play, that next situation is going to be the most important one in that moment.
Packers fans, bottle that right there from Mason Crosby. Some really good nuggets. Time now for our first timeout on Inside the Huddle. When we return, it's the pelvic gyration from Aaron Rodgers that took over the internet in Week 6. Keep it locked. Welcome back to the show. The Packers coming off their first loss of the season. Packers kicker Mason Crosby with us for this half hour. Mason, what was head coach Matt LaFleur's message to your team about moving on from Tampa Bay?
Yeah, I mean, it started right in the locker room of just, feel this one, learn from it, really kind of self-evaluate. And that's what we do every Monday is self-evaluate, even if we have a win. So let's look at it the same way. We're gonna really see the things that we did okay and the things that we really need to work on, and then move forward. I mean, we're gonna be facing another good team in the Houston Texans, and we have to make sure that once Wednesday comes, we're always ready to roll and focused in on the next one.
Let's talk about the Texans. Of course, Packers former wide receiver Randall Cobb on this team, J.J. Watt on this team. You know them well. Last year they were up here for training camp, but they're coming off an overtime loss to Matt LaFleur's old team, the Tennessee Titans. Time now for the good drive of the game, brought to us by our friends now at Huppy and Abraham. Huppy and Abraham reminds you to never text and drive. Aaron Jones, Mason punching in the only touchdown of the game for you guys. Showtime leading the Packers with 7 scores through 5 games. Mason, you've been with this team for 14-plus seasons and have seen a lot of really good running backs. What separates Aaron Jones?
Man, he is special, and he's making it a lot tougher for me to have the most points every season here these last couple of years. So I give him a hard time about that every once in a while, but man, that guy is just a scoring machine. He's always so consistent. He's the same every day. He goes out and works hard, and he's just an exceptional football player and human being. I mean, he's fun to be around. I love his glasses. I mean, I just love the energy he brings. All of our running backs. I mean, you look at Jamal Williams as well. Just he loves playing the game. So those guys, their energy, the way that they go about their business is infectious, and you can see it, kind of bubble out throughout the rest of the team.
When you ask him a question or he asks you a question, does he call you sir?
He is very, talk about, one of the best people you're ever going to meet. I mean, he, unfortunately, a lot of people, some guys call me sir just to give me a hard time that I'm one of the oldest guys. But, I would say if he does it, it's probably just out of respect, and that's how he handles his business. So, we were laughing today because, we were joking about, how old I am and how long I've been doing this. So, they like to get after me a little bit in that regard as well.
One more question on Jones, since he's a host of the show as well. Why do you think he deserves a long-term deal to stay in Green Bay?
Man, just, his ability to, obviously not only run the ball, but his strength in the passing game. And just, again, you cannot create that kind of presence and the type of football player he is in the locker room and the type of teammate he is. yeah, those guys are few and far between, and you try to lock them down whenever you can. So I know he's talked about it before about that he's going to let his agent and the team work it out, and he's going to go out there and play ball, and that's what he's doing. And I know he has no worries, he has no fear, he knows exactly who he is, and I'm very hopeful that he's going to get a deal and that we can keep watching him in Green Bay for a long time.
Packers fans would certainly agree. They would also love to see Aaron Rodgers stay in Green Bay for as long as possible. And the fans eating this up from the game. Rodgers running for a touchdown that was eventually called back. However, it's the homage to the Key and Peele skit featuring Hingle McCringleberry, the three pumps. Call that excessive celebration. Mason, did you know Rodgers was going to do this for a touchdown, Selly?
Well, I did not know he was going to do it in the game. He actually did it in practice this week as well. But in the game, it looked like he did. He might have restrained and only did the two pumps. So in practice, he did throw the third pump in there just for some inside information. So gosh, the guy is hilarious, and I mean that for him to be able to run, take a shot, and then still get up and do that. I mean, it just shows you what how he's loving the game, especially this year, and that. We are playing a child's game, and just get to go out there and have a great time and still get to call it a job.
Real quick, if you were to get into the end zone and score a touchdown, what would your celebration dance be?
Oh man, I would definitely spike the ball, and then I would. I don't know. I'd probably just be freaking out if I got this, score. So I might run down the sideline. I mean, it'd probably be more like a soccer celebration. Maybe go do a knee slide down in the corner, and then probably just jump on every offensive lineman, and celebrate with them as much as possible.
We all will look forward to that. Said it first right here on Inside the Huddle. Speaking of, we have to take a short commercial break. When we return, we go around the league. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Inside the Huddle. The Packers getting set for another road trip this week, traveling to Houston to take on the Texans. The Packers have never lost back-to-back games under head coach Matt LaFleur. Coach always saying it's time to hit the reset button. The reset button happening a lot in Jacksonville, especially in their kicking game. Jaguars already using 5 different kickers this season in just 6 weeks. Mason, what surprises you most about a team even being in a situation like this?
Yeah, I didn't even realize that. So, they had brought a guys in, and those guys got hurt. So I don't know what they're doing down there. I don't know if they're over kicking guys or what the situation is. But to have that many injuries at our position and that many moving parts is just it's pretty surprising, honestly.
Let's go deeper on this. We just mentioned Jaguars using 5 kickers already this season. And in Green Bay, you have to go back more than 30 years to find the last 5 players that have kicked field goals in a Packers uniform. You and Ryan Longwell accounting for most of them. What's been the key to your longevity?
Just trying to be the same every day, on and off the field. Obviously, haven't had perfect seasons every year, and haven't had, I've had some bad years. So just being a consistent person, being a consistent teammate, always showing up every day, saying and doing the right things, that kind of stuff, does carry some weight. And, as a teammate and seeing so many different guys come through the locker room, the guys that make it and the guys that, if they don't make it in Green Bay, land somewhere else are good guys. They're guys that, do things the right way and make sure that they handle their business on a consistent basis. So, for me, it's that just going out, working every day, being consistent all the time, and, trying to perform at a high level every opportunity I have. And then being with a great organization. I mean, you see the teams that change quarterbacks, change kickers, change stuff all the time. They don't have a long history of success usually. So, being at a good organization like Green Bay that, really, sees the value in players and, experience in those things, has obviously helped me with a long career as well.
Let's continue around the league. Jets and Dolphins in Miami. Ryan Fitzpatrick looking for Devontae Parker, and New York cornerback Marcus May using his backside to secure the interception. Fans remembering former Jets quarterback Mark Sanchez and the famous butt fumble. Now there is the New York butt interception. Mason, what moment in your playing career reminds you of something like this?
Well, I did see that, the butt fumble, comparison. At least they can move on from that. And, they have a good moment with the butt catch, or the butt interception. I still remember, not necessarily in my career, but, whenever, the highlights from the Monday night game, whenever the ball was caught kind of on the back of one of the players here in Green Bay. And, I still remember those highlights. And then, it's that kind of stuff happens all the time. Unfortunately, that might be one of the only Jets highlights of this year so far. But, at least they have something and, some positive things to build on for the following week.
Thanks so much, Mason. Everybody at home, time now for another timeout. When we return, we talk about the fans inside the stadium for the first time for the Packers in 2020 and find out what Mason expects for the fans this upcoming week in H-Town. Stay with us. Welcome back to Inside the Huddle. The Packers traveling to the 2-8-1 in Week 7 to take on the Houston Texans. Packers kicker Mason Crosby, our guest host tonight on Inside the Huddle. Mason, it was fans this week for the first time all season in Tampa. What was most memorable about the crowd from Sunday?
You can just feel a new energy. Just having fans in the building. There's you could hear the hecklers in the stands. There are the few of them. I liked it. Honestly, I love the buzz and the energy from having fans.
What do you expect this week in Houston?
Well, I know my family will be there. I'll have 7 to 10 people, so they're driving across. Unfortunately, I won't be able to spend any time with them, but they'll be there cheering us on.
Straight from Georgetown?
Oh yeah, 3 hours across.
I love it. Time now for our last commercial break tonight on Inside the Huddle. This is your reminder to follow us on social media. Do you want specific questions answered on the show? This is how you contact us. Inside the Huddle online on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can also connect with me across my social media platforms at the Moser. Nose for Mason. Follow along his moniker, Crosby Kicks 2, Mason's jersey number. Also a 2-time All-American at CU. ITH is back right after this short commercial break. Welcome back to Inside the Huddle. The Packers 4-1 through their first 5 games in the next stretch of the season, including road trips to Houston and San Francisco with home games against the Vikings and Jaguars. We are back with Mason Crosby. Mason, it's week 7 of this 2020 NFL season. What's the identity of this year's Packers team?
Well, obviously, we want to try to establish the run early and, do some things like play action. Let Aaron go out there and just, control the game on offense, and then try to get after the quarterback, on defense, and stop the run. Just have guys flying around. I know we talked today. We just we want to try to create some more turnovers. Get that ball back for our offense to have some more opportunities to score points. And we're going to continue to shape our identity throughout this season. We have a long time going.
For the Packers fans that are watching that are freaking out because they lost real quick, what would you say about the rest of your season, keeping your big goals in mind?
Yeah, obviously our ultimate goal is to win the North and get a home playoff game and have a long run through the playoffs and win a Super Bowl. So everything's right in front of us, and we keep rolling.
Thank you so much, Mason. On behalf of everyone for our ITH team, I'm Josh Moser. Have a wonderful night. We'll see you next week. Hi, Packers fans. We are here with Packers kicker Mason Crosby. Team 4-1 right now, coming off the first loss. And Mason, for everyone that is a diehard fan, what would you say to them? Because I feel like Packers Nation is kind of, like, what's going to happen now after this loss to Tampa Bay?
Yeah, I think we've used all of them. It's relax. We're 4-1. That one hurts. It hurts. Losing a game like that. Sometimes those are a little easier to move on than that close one where it's like woulda, coulda, shoulda done this one play or this one situation. But that one just got away from us early, and we were unable to recover. And so there's going to be a lot of tape. There's a lot of stuff that we can learn from, and that's going to be the key. Is on Wednesday we move on, and we're reloaded for the Houston Texans and looking into our one game season that we have every week of go out there, execute at a high level, and win games. So I think everyone just look at it for what it is. We lost a game, and we're going to go into this next week and prepare to win the next one.
Dad, good night.
Aaron Rodgers and head coach Matt LaFleur talking last week after the game that practice wasn't all that great leading up to this game. Did you notice that? And if so, do you really believe that it translated over to this game?
I definitely believe that how we practice and how we prepare definitely leads to how we play on Sunday. So I didn't necessarily notice that practice wasn't all that crisp. On our end, in special teams wise, I thought we had a good week. I think we played fairly well in the game. So the part that I'm a part of on a high level, but. That if they said it, then that's what it is, and we know what it is to prepare and to practice extremely high levels, and we have to stress and strain throughout the week so that when Sunday comes, it's not that it's easy, but you've seen a lot, and you can draw from those experiences and go out and play extremely fast and perform on a high level.
After the off day this week, when you are back to practice, what do you expect the mood of the locker room to be like, knowing what just took place and then what needs to take place this upcoming Sunday?
We have a great locker room. We have great leadership, and we have a lot of young guys that are willing to work and put in the extra effort and do the little things to go out there and execute at a high level. So I have no concern that once we get back in those meetings, preparing for Houston and get back on that practice field, that we're going to be sharp, we're going to be crisp, we're going to be ready to roll. You just kind of have to recharge. You have to kind of reload every week, and regardless, win, lose, or draw, that's how this league works. And if you think you're better than you are, if you get down and think that you're worse than you are, you're kind of always right there in between. So you have to kind of prepare every week that you have to go out and prove something, and I know we'll do that again this week.
What are some of those little things that players can do during the week to make sure that they're extra crisp on Sunday?
Well, obviously, in all the position groups, watching film, diving into the film, knowing who they're going against, knowing what their opponent does well, what some of their weaknesses are. I'm a strong proponent of attacking, your opponent's strengths. You got to be very aware of what they do well, and you try to, you try to kind of go out and beat them, at that spot. So we've done a good job of that so far this year of really attacking teams, and I think we have to have that mentality. I think guys, whenever they're watching their film study, doing that extra work. How are they going to attack that guy ahead of them and go out there and make big plays?
The national media, if you will, really taking a shot at Aaron Rodgers for the 2 interceptions. It seems like he just struggles at Raymond James Stadium. There's something about that. What do you think he will do this next Sunday, knowing how he played this last week?
Well, I don't like predicting the future, but I never worry about Aaron, regrouping and reloading and really being reflective into, I guess, looking into himself and seeing what he can do better. He does it on a play-to-play basis, every day, every game. So I have no doubt Aaron's going to prepare. Not the same way. Kind of every week's a little bit different, but he's going to prepare extremely hard for this week. Make sure that he cleans up anything he can, and lead this team, the way he has for so many years, and go out and have a great performance there in Houston.
This Texans team 1-5. They fired their head coach. What's dangerous about a team like this playing them midseason?
Well, yeah, obviously they've had some turmoil here early in the season, but these last 2 games, they found a little bit of a rhythm on offense. They took Tennessee to the wire there. Tennessee had to kind of pull something special off to win that game. So we definitely will not take them lightly, especially they're great special teams unit. So something I'm highly involved in. We gotta watch that and make sure we handle our business there, and then just go out and execute. if we play our game, if we play at a high level, you know, the guys we have in this building, we are tough to beat, and you know, we have the pieces and the components to be a really good football team. So you know, a game like last week against Tampa, you know, maybe it just kind of resets us and says, like, all right, let's keep staying hungry, staying sharp. Let's not read anything about how great and how good we are and how much potential we might have. Let's put the work in, and let's go out there and try to get another win.
Packers fans would love to see that. Mason, thank you so much. Have a great week of practice and a safe trip down to Houston as always. It's been a pleasure.
All right, man. Really appreciate it.